Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to be talking about standard form. Now standard form is useful for writing very small or very big numbers in a more convenient way. For example, if we had a huge number like, I don't know, 59 billion, 59 followed by 9 zeros. This is a bit of a hassle to deal with in calculations and just in general. So what we do in maths is we like to change the form of these very big or very small numbers into a form that is just easier to deal with. The standard form for 59 billion is going to be 5.9 times by 10 to the 10. Now how I'd get to this, I'll explain it in this video, and I'll give you some example questions at the end. But one of the first takeaways for this video is that any number can be written in standard form. So what actually is standard form? A number written in standard form must always be in exactly this form: a times 10 to the n. Now this a here must always be a value between 1 and 10. So the interval is like so. Notice here that the value can't quite be 10, but any value from 1 up to but not including 10. This value here, n, tells you the number of places that the decimal point needs to move. Keep in mind that n is positive for big numbers and negative for small numbers. So the three rules to learn. Rule number 1, the front number must always be between 1 and 10. Rule number 2, the power of 10, n, is how far the decimal point moves. Rule number 3, n is positive for big numbers and n is negative for small numbers. So let's give you some examples. Let's say you were told to write 37,200 in standard form. The first thing you want to look at is how many places the decimal point needs to move to make a valid. So in this example, the answer would be 4. The decimal point starts here, and we're going to move it over 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. Once the decimal point would move over here, a would become valid. So with the information given so far, you would know that the standard form of 37,200 would be 3.72 times by 10 to the 4. This value here is positive because the value we were dealing with was big. The value itself is 4 because the decimal point has to move over 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, in order for a to be valid. Let's give another example. If I told you to express this value in standard form, again, you would look at how many spaces you need to move the decimal point for a to be valid. In this case, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. From here, you know that the standard form for this number is going to be 5.13 times by 10 to the minus 4. Minus 4 because this is a small number, and it's 4 because we need to move the decimal point over 4 spaces to make a valid. Now, it's all good and well you've been able to turn a normal number into standard form, but you also need to know how to turn a number in standard form back into a normal number. So if you were told to express 4.65 times 10 to the minus 6 as an ordinary number, what you would do is, again, first look at the power of 10. In this case, it's minus 6. This tells you that the value is going to be very small, and also that the decimal point needs to move over 6 spaces to the left. So we move 1 space here, and then we need to move another 5, meaning that we need to just add 5 zeros to this value here past the decimal point. That would leave us with 0.12345 zeros, 4, 6, 5. This is 4.65 times 10 to the minus 6 in its ordinary form. So far we've strictly been using numbers, but sometimes they may be describing these numbers in a word format. So if a question told you what is 122.4 million, like so, you know that the actual numerical value of this expression here is going to be 122.4 times by 1 million, which gives you 122,400,000. Now this is the number in ordinary form. If you were to turn this into standard form, same rules apply. So how many spaces does the decimal point need to move over to make A valid? In this case, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 spaces. So 122.4 million written in standard form is going to be 1.224 times 10 to the 8. 8 is positive because it's a big number. I'll give you some questions you can try on your own. If you found this video helpful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel so that way you can be updated when I upload a new video. Bye guys.